Today, from Seattle, Washington, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Seattle Seahawks taking on the LA Chargers.
Renamed in late 2020, there's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Chargers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they come in riding high, just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
This fielded right at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Here's the first carry for Austin Ekeler. Now room for Ekeler. And some space here. Touchdown, LA! Austin Ekeler, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's Austin Ekeler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. These are his numbers from last week's contest. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, You've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Dante Hightower on the stop. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. 2nd and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Out to his left. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Marquise Goodwin. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Myers connects on the PAT, and it will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Charger drive about to get going. A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
For Williams, there are the numbers from a week ago. 4 catches, 64 yards. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
And you know what he did all week in preparation for this one? Hydrated.
Salivated.
Yes. Stretched. Dreamed. Going against the last team in the league against the pass.
Yeah.
He expects to catch every one thrown today.
You're right. They have struggled 32 of 32 in that category. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. That is caught. It's Williams. That'll wind wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll run here with Eckler. Dances by at the 20. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Big Al Woods there to make the tackle. The 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Herbert now. That is caught at the 7. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Here's Herbert. Touchdown! That's caught. Gerald Everett, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
Sly on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. 5-3, their record at the halfway point, and you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them. And number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
He'll have a 1st down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
On play action, they'll throw. Flushed out right. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Running on first down, Eckler. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Herbert on third down now. He's got it to Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. So 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He'll check this one down to Michel. And out of bounds right around the 20. Herbert operating from the red zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now it's Herbert. It's Williams on the catch. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. And his kick is indeed good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll fire one downfield for Fant, and that ball incomplete. He couldn't work free from his defender, and now it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. On on fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
To the air again, Herbert. Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot.
And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. Left side complete to Lockett. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep. Oh, that's into double coverage. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it.
There he goes, right side. He's at the 50, 30, 10, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
He's been having a great game, and that one his best run so far. Now Joey Sly for the point after. And the lead is now 24. So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll start by heading out west to Glendale, Arizona. And it's the Raiders out in front as they approach halftime. Derek Carr has a couple of touchdown passes there. From there, we head to the Big Easy to check on the Saints at home in the Superdome. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Alvin Kamara, over 100 yards in the victory with 2 touchdown runs as well. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore and check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Tom Brady, sharp as ever. He's got 2 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game. Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Buying time to his left. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw again. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense, and there's no...
They started on the ground with Eckler. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield, and they capture him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. And they'll get him down up past the 15.
We can't have that.
So they got some pressure. Maybe.
We play to win. Go! Ready, break. Line's 49. Defense wins championships, baby.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield.
There he goes left side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 5th touchdown. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Well, this is caught by Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers' 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive, eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. He's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And the Chargers are going to have it here at their own 32 yards.